What's up, guys? It's me. I am back, and this is a little bit of a different video, although it's not actually different at all because I do reviews all the time, but this one is a review for art software. As many of you may know, I use Krita as my main art software because it is very versatile. It is made for comics, and I do comics, so I use it. Also, it's free, so I use it. But today I'm going to be reviewing both Krita, Medibang, and Jump Paint, and talking about the benefits and downsides of all three. First off, I would like to say that I am a little biased to Krita. However, I will mention some of the downsides right here, right now. Krita is a very heavy program to start out with. Not only is it a bit complicated with its layout, and honestly, I would compare it to Photoshop with how complicated the layout is and getting used to where all the stuff is. But one of the other biggest downsides is that if you don't have a good computer, you might not even be able to run Krita. Krita is a very heavy program, and so it needs a lot of RAM and a very good core to be able to work. I have a GeForce RTX Intel Core i7 laptop, so it works pretty good with me, and even then, it has crashed a couple times with either too many layers, too many actions at once, high DPI and high page size. But if you keep your page is pretty small, you keep it at about 300, 600. I'd say the max that you probably want to use is 1000 DPI. However, 600 does the job just fine. And then you just kind of don't use too many programs at the same time. Then Krita should run perfectly fine as your main program. Let's jump into the first one that I did, Jump Paint. Okay, so Jump Paint and Medibang are both very similar, and in fact they are basically the same program. However, Jump Paint is more of a light version, or Medibang is the dark version. I don't mean that just because of the way that you look at it. Jump Paint is white, and Medibang is gray. But Jump Paint is a bit, it's not bad, per se. It has some good features. Both Medibang and Jump Paint have very good screen tone features that Krita does not have. Krita only has 2 different screen tone patterns. Well, I think it might be 3. Maybe 3. 3 screen tone settings for different sizes. Big, medium, and small, whereas Medibang and Jump Paint have a lot more variation. Not only that, because Jump Paint specifically is made for making manga in particular, it has a lot more inking tools, a lot more screen tone tools, and a bit of effects and stuff work, and of course even some speech bubble tools. However, I noticed that none of these really work very well. I'm going to mention this even further in my Medibang section, but they don't really work that well. The little effects that you can get are perfectly fine. There's a bunch of them, but you have to download them first, which takes a little bit. But if you're doing all of this, and you're doing this multiple times, then you might be able to use these. However, they are in Japanese for the most part, other than a few. I think one says boom, and that's it. The other ones are all in Japanese. So if you're an American comics creator, then maybe this might not be for you, or at least just an English comic creator. Maybe this is not for you. Jump Paint and Medibang are both free programs, and they both advertise their work with comics. However, they don't really have any comic features. I will talk about Medibang in a second because Medibang has a little bit more than Jump Paint does, but Jump Paint doesn't have very much, and in the end, I didn't really like the experience of painting with this program. I did want to do a more painterly style just to see how it works. I did all the flat colors first, and then I did some cell shading, and then I blended out the cell shading with a soft brush. And I did do a lot of different experimentation, and for the line art, I used the Sumi brush for this one. And in the end, I didn't really like this one very much. The feel of it is a little off. It's just not a very good program. So let's move on to Krita. I mentioned the downsides earlier, but Krita is my favorite program, mostly because of all of the features that it has, and just the way that it's just very smooth and very nice. Krita has its own features for comic. After a little while of using this program, you will notice a lot of things, such as the fact that it has animation capabilities. It is a bit hard to get used to, but you can animate with the workspace capabilities by adding in an animation timeline to your workspace, which allows you to animate. There's even an animation frame tool that really doesn't do anything, but it's there. It's for looks, you know? So you can animate in the program itself. Jump Paint and Medibang do not seem to have this program or feature, as it is mostly made for manga and comics exclusively. Overall, I use some pretty simple brushes for this one. I use a marker tool for sketching, the pen tool for line art, I keep on the pen tool to do all of the cell shading, and I use the paint bucket tool to put everything in. The paint bucket tool on Jump Paint was a little bit faulty, which is a little strange, but, you know, I guess I don't get to use a paint bucket tool on Jump Paint. Oopsies. But I was also able to blend it out pretty nicely with the watercolor brush. It may be that I am more used to this program, but I do like this one a lot better than Jump Paint's. And now finally, closing this video off with a little Medibang review. Program with a lot more time than I did Jump Paint because I was trying to figure out how to use this stupid feature. There is a little icon called a divider, and I wanted to see what it was supposed to do. It seems it's supposed to work as a panel divider, similar to the panel divider and panel tools in Clip Studio Paint. However, this one doesn't have anything to actually make a panel that you can divide. I tried using the object tool that was right above it, however, it wouldn't do anything, and it just had this little icon over it that says that it can't do anything. I tried over and over, and it just wouldn't work. I also messed around with the screen tone tool. Screen tone is pretty nice. You can get a lot of nice screen tones over different areas, including an entire screen tone layer that you can just draw on. And there's also, this program also has the ability to paint with the selection tool. So you can select anything by just drawing over it, which is a feature that I miss because I used to use this, because I used to use Medibang, the light version that you can get on Android when I had my tablet. And I used to use this like this all of the time, and I would use that tool to move things around. It was a really nice tool, and I'm very sad that it doesn't exist in Krita. Oh, and I discovered that if you use a textured brush, or a brush that had low opacity, then you can do some pretty quick blending with this brush as well. Overall, when it came to the actual painting, everything went smooth, from the line art to the flat colors and even the cell shading. But when I tried to blend it out, I gave up. It was way too hard. I couldn't find any brushes other than the brush that I already used previously on Jump Paint to actually blend this out. And I ended up giving up because it was really late at night and I was just so done with this stupid program and this brush that didn't make any sense and wouldn't do it. So basically, if you want to do anything with anything that's kind of blunted, then this is definitely not the program for you. I even noticed on their site where you can post your art from Jump Paint and Medibang that they all have the feature of being cel shaded, and the ones that I did see blending, pretty bad, pretty weak blending. And I definitely think that that is the program's fault. And one thing to close out this video, unlike Krita, which allows you to judge the size, keep the DPI, and just export it with a bit of a size change, Medibang and Jump Paint don't allow you to change the DPI from 72. even if you draw the painting at 300 DPI or even 600 DPI, it will automatically go down to 72 DPI. And this normally wouldn't be an issue, right? Surely this isn't gonna like change the quality of it or anything. It should mostly just bring down the file size. No, it makes it really crunchy. Here's a comparison between my Krita drawing and my jump paint drawing. As you can see, the 72 dpi change made it really, really crunchy for no reason. And from what I can tell from other programs such as Clip Studio Paint, this isn't supposed to happen. And this is definitely just Medibang being Medibang. Overall, I would not recommend Medibang or jump paint for anything other than beginner work or cel-shaded work. And especially if you want to use it for anything other than posting it or their own website, you aren't going to be able to do anything with this. Anyway, as usual, Krita reigns supreme. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you download Krita. And I also hope that you hit that little subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. I know this is a little bit of a change of the video, as it was mostly just me talking, and I do like this kind of video. I will probably be going back to more artsy videos, however, that are mostly focused on the art, as I am working on the next ABC drawing video and a couple other videos, such as more sketchbook videos and sketchbook sessions. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye!